Nigeria's dwindling fortunes in electricity, despite billion-dollar investments, has continued to generate questions, including a recent resolution by the House of Representatives calling for full-fledged investigations into the power sector. At a recent conference in Lagos, the Southwest People's Alliance urged the federal government to ensure that investigations commence in earnest and are carried out without bias. Ademola Lawrence reports.
Nigeria's power sector, considered the key to unlocking the economy, one of the most invested sectors, but perhaps also the most underperforming. 2 decades of investment worth billions of dollars, and yet Nigeria cannot say with confidence that the sector is showing signs of taking baby steps to stabilize supply. Members of the Southwest People's Alliance share the position of the House of Representatives on the need to investigate the paradox of a sector.
Everybody that is involved, companies, industries that are involved in consuming this amount of money, and then till now, we have still not seen a clear direction of how our electricity is still going in the country. We are trying to put the destiny into our reach.
In their interaction with journalists, they contend that such investigation must span the last 20 years and learn from the pitfalls of past inquiries aimed at solving the challenge.
What we are agitating for is for this present government to probe the monies that has been spent in power sector, because the 8th assembly were talking about $16 billion being spent on power sector. That's a lot of money, which we're thinking if this money is approved, possibly the power sector is going to change and we're going to have positive results from that.
With just a year to go before the 2020 target of a 40,000 megawatts for the country, based on proposed investment in power plants, the nation still seems to be light years away from the target in focus.
Our major agitation is light up Nigeria. Nothing but that. We want to see Nigeria of our dream. We want to see Nigeria of our time. We want to see our Nigeria. I want to see our Nigeria that of which our leaders, our fathers have been dreaming of. That's why we are agitating for this investigation since 1990 date.
Let's have it. In its resolution, the House of Representatives described the power sector as a product of, quote, ineffective and corruption-ridden investment, end of quote. Power is a critical issue in Nigeria, affecting business and homes, and in many cases, generators are used to cushion the effects of a lack of public power. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, Ademola Lawrence, whose report you just saw, joins us for more on that. Ademola, we are all in Nigeria. It's not the first time there will be calls for a probe or the first time there will be an actual probe. What does this group, the Southwest People's Alliance, want done differently to achieve a different result?
Okay, what they actually want done differently this time around is the fact that they want all the fundings that was actually put into the power sector to be probed since the inception of democracy in 1999, putting into consideration first the $16 billion power project of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. They want the federal government to look into that, not only probing them, but also, of course, punishing whoever is caught in the web of it from 1999 till date. So every parastatals or organizations that are involved that get contracts in terms of power should be probed and be punished. That is what the group is wanting at this particular time.
All right, and has this group, have they had any interaction with the members of the legislature? Because here they are calling on the House of Representatives and the federal government to ensure that this probe is without bias. Have they had any formal interactions with any of these groups to ensure that this investigation is done?
Yeah, the House of Representatives is also doing an investigation on it, but the group don't want them just to do the investigation on the surface. They want to do an investigative probing into it and make sure that anyone who is found culprit of it gets punished. So it is very, very important that aside from the fact that the Federal House of Representatives is making sure they get they investigate it by not just investigating, you must be probed and be punished for it. So it's already in the House of Representatives.
All right, then we look forward to the response that this call by this group would create and drive in the society. Ademola Lawrence, our correspondent, joining us from Lagos.